Hiya! I hope you're having a good morning and for that matter, a great day. As you can see, we're finally covering Nilou's story quest. Everyone by now is well aware that I'm a stupid big fan of Nilou as a character. You know, I really like her. She's very cool. I like her art style. I like her design. I know everyone sort of knows this. You know, I rolled for her and her signature weapon and got both. So it's one of those, you know, it's pretty apparent that I'm a stupid big Nilou fan. But I'm finally glad to cover her story quest. I don't think it's going to be anything out of the, out of the park by any means. I don't think it's going to be anything like, ooh, shocking or surprising. It's going to be pretty run of the mill and standard. And, it's going to cover her relationship with all the theater people and all that because it's just, she's tied to the theater. That's her entire character. So she's not going to have too many things with that. Maybe in a future story quest, we'll have it so we take her out of Sumeru City, but I don't think that there's going to be anything major with this one. I think it's going to be pretty run of the mill, but I'm still stupidly excited for it because I just love her as a character. I don't know what else to say. I just really enjoy her character. And so I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I know I am going to, but if you guys do, you know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, all for the YouTube gods. Anyway, let's get into today's video. Well then, here we are in game. I can't wait to get into Nilou's wonderful, wonderful story quest. I know how wonderful she is. I said wonderful a little too many times, I feel. Anyway, I really like Nilou as a character. I find that her story is probably going to be pretty simplistic, but I just genuinely enjoy her as a character. I think she's one of the funner characters in the series of just 5 stars because she's not fixating on too much. I feel like that's a big problem with a lot of 5 stars is their story is ultra complex. Hello, Nilou. What's going on with you?
Nilou! It's nice to see you again!
Yes,
Oh,
I agree.
Hi there, Traveler in Paimon.
Hello, Nilou.
Are you here for some shopping too? That's
Are we here for shopping? Is that what we're here for?
A few hiccups here and there. The Sabzeruz festival turned out to be a grand success.
Ooh.
So, the theater wants to host a celebration event.
That's
Do you
great.
want to come? It'll be a really fun time.
A celebration event for the event that went well. Unique choosing, but unique choice, but yeah, I'll try to make sure to come.
Whenever we wrap an important performance, we'll get together and unwind.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. I thought they were just gonna do another event on top of the other event. It's like, we just got done with this massive event. Time to throw a party.
Always says that celebrations aren't just for fun, but that they should also be occasions for reflection and review. But no one remembers that once the celebration starts. It's
of course not.
He can't also have some fun himself. We've been to a lot of festivals during our adventures.
Yeah, we actually have, believe it or not.
Yummy food and drinks? Of course. We always do lots of eating, toasting, and gift exchanging. We try really hard to show our appreciation for everyone. Ah, so we'll need to bring a present.
Don't tell me you were gonna freeload Paimon. Come on, Paimon.
Hey, treat others how you want to be treated, right? Paimon already has a great gift in mind.
Oh,
but
do you, Paimon?
Maybe you could lend Paimon some more first?
I feel like our wallet's one in the same, Paimon.
No need to stress, Paimon. You can come, present or not. The gift exchange is just to make the celebration more entertaining.
I suppose.
You two being there would be the best gift of all. It'll also be a good time to introduce you to the rest of the theater.
Speaking of, since the last time we met her, we were in her dream, which is kind of weird. I assume that there's something we want to talk about. A pity Dunyazad can't be also here.
Yeah, But for now, it's more important for her to rest and recover.
Yes, very much so.
I tried to visit her, but I got turned away at the door. The people there wouldn't listen to a single word I said. All I
Yeah.
could do was to leave a letter encouraging her to get some rest and keep her spirits up. She'll be better soon.
She really can't
Then we
even
can
show
celebrate
up.
together at the theater.
That'd be too dangerous for actual
You and Nilou that we managed
life
to save
situation.
Dingerzad.
I just didn't want her to have any regrets.
You're way too modest. Just now, I actually felt really self-conscious when Paimon talked about us in the same breath. Compared to you, I really didn't do much at all.
I mean, you did that
Anyway,
dance, which was pretty
all
cool.
That aside, are you thinking about coming to our event?
Paimon thinks it'll be a great time. What do you think, Traveler?
Yeah, it sounds fun. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't
Then
show
let's head
up.
to the
I've shown
theater.
up to every other
Wait,
bloody event.
I completely forgot about this pile of stuff.
Oh,
Whoa, did you buy all of this, Nilou?
Just one box. The rest were given to me.
ooh,
I really
by
don't know
who?
how it came to this much.
That's way
I'm
too many
assuming a
freebies.
bunch of people.
Many vendors give out samples for free, but Paimon's never seen this much.
I mean, you
All
have
I
to
know is
understand
whenever
that
I
she's
start chatting with
friends.
people, my hands would get more and more full until I can't hold everything anymore. This seems to happen every time.
Seems like
I
a
was
useful
planning on
skill.
making a few trips to bring everything back before continuing on with my shopping, but I don't think I'll have the time.
So this isn't even all of it?
Let me help you then. Like, it's just that simple. Let me carry some of it or something.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Of course. Carrying stuff is a piece of cake for her. Right, Traveler?
I'm
I love
so
Lumine's
sorry to
face
trouble you
whenever
like this.
Paimon does something
I meant
like
to
that.
invite you to our
The
celebration,
sheer, like,
but now you're
audacity
helping
of
me
Paimon.
instead. Well, let's hurry up and grab the last few things, so we can get back to the theater.
Okay. So where exactly are we going then? Assuming to some of the vendors. Onward! Where are we going? So this guy in specific, Jute. I assume that's his name. It was J-U-T.
Oh, well if it isn't Nilou.
Hello.
Greetings, Mr. Jute.
Yes, it
Do you
is
still
Jute.
have any food that's ready to
I
go?
can pronounce
Of course
names
I do.
correctly, guys, I
Heard
swear.
the Zoo Bear Theater is hosting a celebration event, so I reserved some food for you in advance. Although,
Oh.
it looks like you're gonna need 2 more portions.
I mean,
Please allow me to introduce them. This is the Traveler, a very experienced adventurer.
yeah.
And this is Paimon, her super reliable guide and helper.
No. Paimon is... hold on. She got it completely right. Look, Traveler, she introduced Paimon correctly.
Truly the most rare occasion. Paimon's not
underestimate
just my
Nilou.
sidekick.
She always remembers every last little detail about everyone, even if it sounds completely trivial. She's also very brave. Just a little while ago, she saved my precious spices from the jaws of a sumpter beast.
I
Ooh.
don't think anything of it. I just help out when I can because everyone else takes such good care of me. Anyway, sorry to get off topic. We're in a bit of a hurry. Mr. Jute, did you say you didn't reserve enough food?
I was joking. Anyone who runs a business knows to keep some extra stock.
Of course, of
After all,
course.
orders get changed all the time. Oh, that
If you don't
reminds me.
just have some
It
extra
seems that
food
these
lying
friends of
around, then
yours
what's the
aren't from
point of...
here. Have they ever tried any delicious tachin?
Sounds familiar.
What a fantastic idea! Mr. Jute, did you bake a batch recently?
What's tachin?
Tachin is a mixture of rice and meat that's baked into a cake-like shape.
Oh.
Mr. Jute adds special spices into his.
I remember
Its aroma
seeing
is
that.
just
I've never had it in
wonderfully
real life,
delicious.
but
If
I
you ever see kids crowding all around Mr. Jute's place, you know he's baking up a storm.
yeah, I'm well aware.
But is it
I've seen
really
some
just
of
for the
that stuff.
kids? Don't you often follow them in too?
I just can't help myself.
No one's gonna judge you for being a little
guy.
childish,
He doesn't
Nilou.
enjoy some
Head
good
pats for
food.
the Nilou.
Wait here. I'll bring some over.
Whoa,
I wish I could. Yeah, I wish I could actually try that in real life. Typical
No matter
Paimon.
how many times I eat it, it's still
But
so
still, the
delicious.
most that I ever want to do is the
I
charcoal
wouldn't have offered it as a treat if
cakes.
I wasn't confident in the taste.
Those still
I baked a
sound
lot just
wonderful.
now,
I still want
and
to
it's
eat
all
those.
packaged and
The
ready for you to
charcoal,
take
burnt
back to the
charcoal
theater.
cake or whatever it's called.
You made so much. Is it really okay to take them all?
It was nothing. Making 1 serving or 100 servings is all the same to me. If anything, I should be thanking you for helping me clear my inventory.
We should pay you at least, or do something. You know, a favor.
Don't worry about it. What kind of person would I be if I made you pay for a treat? Make sure you got everything.
I do appreciate
Feel free
when
to come back
people
anytime.
give you things no strings attached. Typically, that's a very
I
rarity.
understand how you got so many things.
Yeah. Everyone has their own way with words, and it's really hard to say no. Let's go to the next store.
Okay. I mean,
Nilou,
yeah, I'm getting
good
the sense that
timing. I have the
Nilou can't
textiles
really
ordered.
say no to these
If you
sorts
took
of
any
things.
longer, the sumpter beasts might have gobbled them up.
You and your jokes. Sumpter beasts won't eat those kinds of things, Mr. Offsheen.
For now.
Jude said that some sumpter beasts ate as spices. Were they yours?
Oh, yeah, really sorry about that. Nilou, if it weren't for you, I would have lost half of my profits that month.
Trying
Yeah.
to pull anything out of a sumpter beast's mouth is like playing a game of tug-of-war.
So they really do eat anything, huh?
I guess. I think that they just eat what they want. At least they work after eating.
What's that supposed to
Why
mean?
am I throwing this at Paimon?
Now, you know, sumpter beasts sometimes eat not because they're hungry, but because they like gnawing on things.
I am very much the
Textiles you ordered
same.
are highly durable and woven from the finest thread. So even if a sumpter beast got snacky, it'd still have to chomp on it for a full day.
You've tested this before?
Yeah.
But of course! How else could I be so trustworthy? Well, that one time was an accident. I wouldn't dare experiment with such a precious product.
I bet.
Ooh, it does sound like some good fabric.
Ho ho! Have I piqued your interest?
I love
If
chewing
you
on
want to buy some,
fabric.
now's a good time. Buy 2 bolts and get 20% off.
Ooh, that's a pretty good discount. What do you think, Traveler?
I guess.
No thanks, Mr. Offsheen. You
But
can't use that
I'm
kind
not
of
planning
tactic
on
on
buying
her.
fabric.
Look, you've already sucked her in.
Tactic? So you mean everything he just said to
No.
Paimon was a lie?
It was a
I wouldn't
tactical.
go that far.
It's tactical
It's just
truth.
that Mr. Offsheen is really good at spinning stories. A word from him, and you'll find yourself buying things you don't actually need.
And that's the
Mr.
whole
Zubair
thing.
gave me a huge lecture the last time I bought too many things.
Vendors shouldn't use manipulative tactics. I mean, it's their life's work, Traveler. Like that's kind of what they have to do.
Come on, don't look at me like that. All she got was a talking to from Zubair, while I was nearly fed head first to the sumpter beasts. My philosophy is that stories give value to merchandise. That's why my business started with such a boom. Our Nilou here is an extraordinarily good listener. Back then, she believed anything I said. After a while, I began to feel guilty selling things to her because of how happy she looked. Though she enjoyed the stories and I the Mora, I knew she didn't need to buy that much. Anyway, since then, I've come to realize 2 things. 1, that stories should just be a means instead of an end. And 2, that there's more to business than just selling goods.
It's okay.
I agree.
We're all friends now. There's no need to dig up the past.
That reminds me. Some of the goods from my latest shipment aren't in the best condition. They're fine for general use, but my customers have high standards, and I don't have the time or resources to find new buyers right now. Nilou, why don't you take them?
Huh? No.
Just think of it as a favor for me, all right? The theater can use them for props and whatnot. It costs
props
me
and
more to
whatnot.
store
I
or
mean, it
ship,
is
so I'm
fabric.
just
I mean, you
losing
can
money
use it
every day
as
continuing
like
to hold on to them.
accessory for
Even so,
certain
let me
outfits
buy
or
them at
something.
market value.
Nah, these goods are hard movers. Besides, if I let you pay, wouldn't it mean that I'm just using stories to sell my goods again? Just
Yeah.
take them. If you really feel that bad about it, give me some theater tickets later.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, you should also take some while you're at it. Adventurers are always in need of materials, right?
Yeah, I have to
Wow,
agree.
even we get a share of this?
Hurry and take it. Just looking at it all is giving me a headache. Thanks for the huge favor.
I guess. You know, taking
There's
some
still
stuff
one more
off his
store.
hands.
Are you alright holding on to that much stuff?
Yes, I should be perfectly fine.
Why don't you lend a hand? She must be tired.
If Paimon were to refuse, would you then think less of Paimon than even a Sumter Beast?
Probably not. Hushkin? I think that's his name. I mean, it's kind of
About
complex.
time, Nilou. Farhad here was snooping around your props.
Oh.
Please, I was only looking at them to get a better idea of what your new show may be about.
Of
Wouldn't
course.
spoiling yourself just ruin all the fun?
I don't think so.
Please wait for our official performance.
These two look familiar. I think I've seen them before.
Oh, yeah.
Weren't they at the Sub-Zerus festival?
You were the toy seller. I remember you.
And they're coming to today's celebration too.
Strangely enough, I remember
The
him.
more folks, the merrier. I was actually just talking to Farhad about also stopping by tonight.
Oh yes, please do. I'm sure Miss Raykar and Miss Nadja would also love to have a chat with the two of you.
We even
Ah.
prepared a small gift. Let me show it to you. Ta-da! It's a flower wreath. I really think we should wear some of these to give the event a more celebratory feel.
Ooh.
It's beautiful.
I agree.
Farhad did most of the work. What a surprise, huh?
That is pretty surprising.
I mean, not that
Hey,
surprising.
why
Him
can't
being
I
good
have a
at
little side
crafts
hobby?
is kind
I
of
worked
cool.
really hard on that.
I know. I watched you make it. I wasn't making fun of you. All right. Why don't you also try some on? We've got some wreaths in your size.
Traveler with flower crown. Hell yeah.
It's perfectly.
And same with Nilou.
They're so pretty! Is there one that Paimon can wear?
Unfortunately, we already gave out all the child-sized ones. I wasn't expecting the theater to invite such a fascinating guest.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Huh. That sounds kind of weird, but Paimon will let it slide.
You all sure
You
have a lot of
should take
stuff
it as a
there. Let me
compliment.
help you
Come
carry
on.
some.
I know
I'm a
it's
poet
not
by trade,
necessarily
so this
one,
is what
but
I'm best
take it
at.
one as one
That'd be
anyway.
great! Please and thank you.
Weren't you going to help out?
But we have a pro now.
Thanks for the help, Mr. Farhad. But let me make one thing clear first. Don't try to ask about what's in the new show. Otherwise, I may not be able to hold back Mr. Zubair this time.
You're so obvious.
I
that
have to
even
meet this
Nilou
Mr.
saw right
Zubair
through you.
person.
Shut it. Fine.
He
It's
seems
not
like
I
a
want to
very
get on his bad
interesting
side either.
fellow.
Including Hushang's things, though. We'll each need to carry a box if we want to move everything in one trip. Even my strength has its limits.
Paimon looks like she doesn't want to, so I'll carry a little extra.
It's
Although
not that
I'm not a
Paimon
super
doesn't
strong
want
with
to,
those
it's that
strengths.
she's not
I actually
necessarily
do
the
a lot of
best
strength
at it.
training on the regular. Strength and balance are both really important for a
Yes,
dancer.
it actually surprisingly
Let
is.
Paimon. Paimon will help carry things.
Oh no.
Traveler's right. Paimon shouldn't freeload.
Oh no. Poor Paimon.
Paimon can't fly anymore.
Are you okay, Paimon?
Paimon's good to keep going. But Paimon now understands when people...
Oh, that sure was a lot of stuff. Oh, looking forward to the event later.
Thank you, Mr. Farhad.
Farhad, you did great work.
Thank you, Sumter Man.
Thank you, Paimon.
Whew. Paimon's
Head
definitely
pats
going
for the
to eat it all
Paimon.
back later.
All right, I'll leave you all to it.
People don't realize that Paimon flying actually takes strength out of Paimon.
Good thing we had Mr. Farhad with us, or else that would have taken way longer.
The atmosphere here is so nice. I think it's quite great.
Of course. Because everyone's working here together. We're all
I like how your
neighbors,
mouth didn't
so
move
we're
at
always
all.
helping each other out. It's easy to forget that everyone's running a
I
business.
can forgive the
With this many freebies being thrown at you, you probably
animation
don't
sometimes.
need to work.
I felt so guilty at first. Like I always owed someone something. I was always thinking of ways to repay others.
Yeah.
Later on, I realized that it's actually like what Mr. Afshin said. By taking the freebies, I was helping everyone out and saving them money.
Sometimes it's
when you
better.
order the wrong item or make too much of something, sometimes the best way to maximize the value of those goods is to give them away.
Yeah.
That's why there's no need to stress over the freebies. All of us repay others by helping them when they need it.
Yes, you're giving them a good
actually
sense
makes a
of
lot of sense.
friendship as a payment for the goods
This has become our
instead.
norm, and no one keeps track of the back and forth anymore.
Yeah, no. It's not worth. I don't
So
think
really,
favors
don't
are
worry about it.
necessarily the best thing. You should just be willing to help people out
Alright.
in
I have to bring all
they're
this to
having
Mr.
a
Zubair
problem.
and do a little bit of prep. Feel free to hang out here for a bit. It'd be nice if you could also get to know some other people at the theater.
You sure you don't need any help?
Nope. Mr. Zubair's really on top of everything.
How is he now?
You two are our guests. So please, just relax and look forward to the celebration.
I guess I will. I mean, I'm not one for sitting still.
The atmosphere here is so nice.
I agree, Paimon.
Let's take a break and immerse ourselves in this warmth.
Hello, Ricard? Is that
Hey
your name?
there. I saw you two helping Nilou move some stuff.
Prop
Are
engineer.
you two also here for the celebration event?
You got it.
My name is Raykar. Nadja
Raykar.
and I are this
Cool.
theater's prop engineers. I also help out with some other tasks like housekeeping. The little
Fair.
ones causing a ruckus are my children, Soreen and Abi. I
Soren
hope
and
they aren't
Avi.
bothering you. They always get really excited every time we hold celebration event.
They look lively.
Yes, they are. Everyone here takes great care of them. There's good work here, the pay's always on time, and Nilou and the others
a bit
will
of a
often volunteer
family
to play
thing.
with the kids.
I'm
I'm quite content with this current way of life.
Unlike other businesses
you
where I
mean your
say,
life
you know,
wasn't
they
nearly
act
as
like
good
they're a
before?
family, I feel like theaters are very much, you know, family-like things where everyone's just in it because they have the passion to be in it. It's like joining a circus. Everyone just wants to be there. If you don't want to be there, then you shouldn't join a circus, right? Paimon.
It's all right. It's all water under the bridge now. My husband and I were both adventurers, but he passed away from an accident.
Oh, that sucks.
Material struggles can always be overcome, but ever since then, I haven't been able to spend much of my energy on anything else.
Ah,
But
yes.
I still consider myself lucky. Mr. Zubair has helped me a lot, and the atmosphere here is tolerant and kind.
Yes.
Sorry for
all
bringing up
done
such
by
sad
Zubair
memories.
and
Oh, it's
His
all right.
family.
I don't mind. Once the event
I-
starts,
I
you'll be
really
able
wanna
to
meet
see for
Zubair
yourself
now.
The kind of atmosphere I was talking about.
I hear everything about this man and I'm like, I just want to meet Zubair. Okay, Kashishan?
Ah, a newcomer.
Ah, someone who sounds
Too
super
bright.
flamboyant.
Hey! Talk about judging a book by its cover!
You, on the other hand, you're a special one.
I,
How would you
Don't agree with
describe
this.
the concept of art?
Art. Yeah, it really depends on what you're referring to by art.
Mere curiosity is all. It makes no difference whether you answer or not.
It is used to express our aesthetic ideals, but it is also a tangible manifestation of the human sentiment. I like the top one more.
So that's what you think, hmm? Unremarkable. Better than an average person's thoughts, but nothing exceptional. Is art a product that we create and bring forth? Or is it a naturally existing resource? I, for one, believe it to be the latter.
Paimon doesn't follow.
I've been staying here for a long time. On occasion, I'd assist them in penning lines of dialogue, but most of my time I just stand back and watch.
Okay,
I prefer to
okay.
abstain from writing as it spoils the viewing experience. The existence of the theater, of
I
Nilou,
disagree, but
and of
whatever.
humanity itself.
I'm cool with spoilers.
All of these can be considered as forms of art. It is not some intangible construct beyond the horizon.
How does that have anything to do with us?
Let me ask you this. What do you think is the meaning of art?
To serve as an answer to your question? I guess.
I suppose that question was a little too difficult for you. To chance upon a spark of inspiration. I have been closely observing you, the players on the stage, and those watching in the audience. Art is already all around us.
Yes, I have to agree with that. But I feel like you go too abstract. I feel like art's a little bit more simplistic than you give its merits.
Hello.
Hello.
What? Who are you? You can't just go on the stage as you please.
We're here with Nilou.
Ah, I see. Sorry for my overreaction. I'm just, making a prop. No time for chit-chat.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that embroidery?
No. Well, yes, but not really. It's a prop. It's just, some fabric. An ordinary piece of fabric that'll be used in a show.
Okay, okay.
Sorry. I really do need to focus and start working on it.
No problem. Sorry for bothering you.
What an oddball. Is prop making something to be that jumpy about?
It
it's
depends
none
on
of
the
our business.
atmosphere. She could be afraid of us trying to
Nilou's back!
see,
Let's meet up with her. The
peak
event's
of
probably
everything.
about to start.
So, Nilou, what do you have to say? I mean, that girl over there was very, abrupt and not very keen
for the
on us
wait.
being here.
Preparations for the celebration are finally done. I'll call everyone over, and then we can start.
Let us give you a hand.
I mean,
Thank
of
you.
course, I'd love to help out wherever I can, Nilou.
Maybe we really should have prepared a gift. Then we could also be a part of the exchange.
Mm-hmm.
As it is, all we can do is wait and watch.
Maybe we shouldn't do this after all.
Why
We
not?
didn't do that great of a job. And who would even like it?
Oh, don't think like that. Remember our promise? We're going to give everyone a pleasant surprise.
Yes.
And besides, you've never attended a celebration event before, so this will be a great opportunity. Everyone.
I'm still not really sure about this.
I don't think you
There's
have to
nothing to be worried
necessarily be
about.
sure about it.
Just take a step forward and give yourself a chance.
Yeah,
There
it's.
aren't any scary people here, right?
I mean, that.
Right.
I'm not scary for now.
Huh.
For now.
Right? Maybe this will help. Everyone, over here! Inaya has something great to tell you all.
Wait! I've already said that I'm not ready yet. What should I say?
Take it easy and relax. Deep breaths in.
Nilou, I don't know if.
Once you've taken a long exhale, calmly tell everyone what you want to say.
I
If
don't
you don't
think.
say anything,
I
then
guess
all the
she's
hard
just
work we
pushing
put
her
into
into the
embroidery
deep end,
practice would have
forcing her
gone
to swim.
waste.
Using it as a
Which
gift,
sometimes
though?
you do have to do.
It really isn't that good.
So when Inaya was talking about making a prop, she was actually preparing a present.
She looks very nervous.
Yeah, it feels like she still doesn't really see herself as part of this community.
I mean, I just
It
slot
looks
into
like Nilou's
everything
trying to
immediately,
ease her
not even
through.
caring.
Actually, Inaya had prepared a special present for everyone before the celebration kicked off.
Woohoo! We're gonna get our first present from Miss Inaya!
Pipe down! The louder you all are, the more nervous she'll become.
Thanks, Zubair.
You've worked on it for so long, so
He's
have
so-
some confidence.
I like him. I like him, you know? I know this is like the first time we've technically met, but
Is
I
Mr.
think he's
Zubair
pretty
here?
cool.
Sheikh Zubair,
Oh.
this is an urgent notice from the Academia. This celebration, or whatever it is, must stop at once.
What a condescending guy. What's his deal?
Yeah, what is his deal?
Since Zubair Theater has long violated the Academia's policies and orders, we have decided to demolish it. As its manager, you must halt all operations and dismiss all staff members within 30 days, after which you will report to the Academia for further punishment.
Why? Why force us to do this all of a sudden?
Little girl, this is not the first time you've been issued a warning.
I didn't hear anything about demolition the last time I asked, and now I suddenly only have 30 days? We have more shows planned, but it's impossible to do anything in just 30 days. How am I supposed to explain this to my customers and staff?
That issue is of no concern to me.
Well, fuck
Mr.
you
Zubair.
too, dude.
You seem to understand the situation quite clearly. Perhaps you can reflect on the reasons why you have failed to prepare for the scenario in advance.
Demolition? Why do they want to demolish this place?
The Academia has never liked us, and they've never respected our work. To them, what we do is all a waste of time. This isn't the first time they've come by. They had asked us several times in the past to improve the quality of our performances by only putting on shows they consider to be sufficiently intellectual.
Fucking
But our
dude.
audience isn't
Some
the Academia.
people.
It's the
complete
people of this Grand
assholes.
Bazaar. If our shows are too difficult to understand or too removed from everyday life, nobody would watch them anymore. Changing our content would not only mean turning our backs on our vision, it would also directly lead to the loss of our livelihoods. Yeah.
Many
the
people
theater
would
is
be
very important
very
to each and every
displaced,
one of us.
which is not good.
The way they're doing things is so scummy.
But I also don't know how we can stop them.
I do not wish to explain everything again from the beginning. Time is of the essence, so you should act with haste instead of asking frivolous questions.
But none of us plan to accept this. Such an abrupt notice is contrary to established policy.
Ask whoever you will, the answer will remain the same. We have already given you sufficient notice.
Enough! Does your audacity know no limits, Father?
Huh? Father?
What's academia? This is all because you don't like Zubair Theater. You're just using the Academia's name to threaten us. Let me tell you, even if you manage to tear down this place, nothing is going to change.
I
You've
agree.
always been awful. But even I never thought my father would sink this low.
This is strictly business. It has nothing to do with where you are, what you
Yeah,
do,
shut up.
or what you think. I hope you all have not been irrevocably blinded by folly. I will not waste more time on pointless arguments. Wrap everything up, and make preparations to shut down at once.
No, fuck you.
Ah. Why is he always like that?
This is quite the misfortune, but there's nothing we can do. That's it for today, everyone. Let's clean up. I'll go talk to them again tomorrow. The storms that come out of the blue are always the hardest to deal with.
Agreed, Zubair. I like Zubair. I think he's a unique fellow. Annoying, however. Hello, Nilou.
Sorry. I invited you thinking this was going to be a happy occasion. I didn't know that things would turn out like this.
There's no need to apologize, Nilou. No one could have seen this coming. Paimon just wishes she could have at least gotten to the food. Is what that guy said true? The academia has already given you many warnings?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. They've always seen us as being meaningless. Knowledge is king in Sumeru, and their pursuit of it leaves no room for the arts.
However stupid that may
If that's
seem.
all it is, there's also no reason to go so far as to demolish the theater.
So it's really something to do with Anaya.
After Anaya ran away from home, I brought her here to Zubair Theater. She rarely talks about her family. All I know is that she didn't get along with them. I never expected it to blow up like this.
If you did nothing wrong, then there's no reason to listen to the academia, right?
No, it's not like it's a baseless, thing. I'm sure Nadia could lend a hand. Nihida.
You mean Lesser Lord Kusanali?
She'd probably help if she knew what was going on. No matter how nasty the academia could get, surely they can't win against Lesser Lord Kusanali.
No. I wasn't doubting her ability. I just feel like we shouldn't bother her with such a trivial problem.
This isn't necessarily a
Plus, if the
trivial
DeviantArt were to
problem.
intervene, then it wouldn't feel like our victory was earned.
That's true. Who cares?
I disagree.
Let's just take him in a fight.
That won't solve the underlying problem. Even if we come in with our fists swinging, we're not gonna just, solve everything by
that's
punching
true.
people in the
I'll
face.
try to think of something. We can't just let everyone suffer in a perpetual state of fear and uncertainty. What to do?
We could go to Anaya
Can
herself
you pretend
and
to shut down, but secretly continue to hold your shows somewhere else? Or we could go through a list of customers and try to see if anyone in there might be willing to help out. That also doesn't sound like it'll work.
I think a scholar once told me that
A debate? Huh. Well, scholars do love to use them to solve their problems, but how would that work in this case?
we need to prove to
If
them
we can prove
that-
to Anaya's father that the academia's position doesn't hold water,
Yeah.
then they won't have a reason to demolish the theater.
I see. Defeating him in a debate. It's a good idea, but which one of us could hope to win against a researcher?
Who knows? I mean, anyone can win a debate if they do proper studying.
Huh? Me?
Yep.
No. I'm the literal worst at arguments. I can't debate.
Debates aren't arguments. They're structured battles of wit.
Nilou, you are only so stressed out right now because you care so much about protecting the theater.
This theater holds a special meaning in all of our hearts. It's irreplaceable.
Agreed.
But I just don't know. Can I really take on such a huge responsibility?
You'll be fine as long as you are prepared.
Paimon'll help too. You'll feel a lot more confident after doing some prep work. Believe in yourself.
Thanks, you two. All right, I've decided. Even though I may fail, I'll do my very best for everyone's sake.
Yes.
That's our Nilou. We're rooting for you.
Okay, let's head back and tell everyone what we came up with.
Yes. Hopefully it works out in our favor. Okay. Hopefully Nilou can come up with some way to debate this and, actually tell people. I just have to interact with someone, if anyone.
Trying to best the academia in a debate is attempting the impossible.
Yes, we are.
If you really want to try, I won't stop you. It's not like our situation can get any worse.
Yeah, no, it's not like they're gonna foreclose on you tomorrow.
I don't think it's entirely hopeless. To Sharif, Nilou's approach will come off as naive, but that kind of frankness is exactly what they lack the most. Things might turn out differently from what you expect.
I am in favor of such a romantic feat. No playwright will turn down a compelling underdog story.
Yes. Yes.
Sure, in fiction, but I'm not sure how well that will translate to reality. I'm not saying that I don't support you, Nilou. If you need my help, just say the word. Anything is better than just standing aside and watching
Yeah.
the theater get demolished.
It's one of those
I'm also
situations
pitching
where
in.
we're trying to
Let's
do
show the
something,
academia that we
which
have
is
some fun
good
in us.
enough.
Thank you, everyone. I feel a
It's
lot
kind
less
of a
nervous
dumb
with your
idea.
support.
If there was something better, I'm sure we would all jump on it, but there's
Not to
nothing
rain on
really
your
else
parade.
we can do.
But my father is a real hard guy to deal with. He's erudite, meticulous, demanding, and exceedingly familiar with rigorous logic. It'll be extremely difficult to beat him in a debate. You all already knew that. But you just didn't want to hurt Nilou's feelings. When all said and done, aren't you hurting her just the same?
Well,
That's enough, Inaya.
Sorry, I've ruined the mood. I
mm,
just can't force myself to expect a positive outcome. Nilou shouldn't have to push herself for the sake of an impossible goal.
there's nothing in this world that is impossible. Success comes from hard work.
Yeah, it's way too early to give up.
You're right, Inaya.
Now,
We're up against the academia.
everyone has
Everyone knows
too
that
much
they're
of an
very
optimistic
powerful.
output, but you have way too
Being
much of a
skeptical might
negative
actually be
outlook.
the
You
more
have to
normal
look at it
response.
realistically.
But I still want to try. I'm reluctant to just let Zubair Theater go. And it's not just me. I think everyone else here feels the same way. If Warren, say what's on your mind, and do what you think should be done. If we fail after that, then at least we won't have any
Yeah, there
regrets.
is no regrets.
I mean, after all, the only thing we can control right now is our choice at this very moment.
Well said,
I
well said.
understand what you're trying to say. I also have my own intense feelings of anger and regret.
Then, could I trouble you to tell your father about our plan for a debate? You can still get in touch with your family, right?
Yes, I can.
Then, please help us pass on my request. I've never participated in a debate, and truth be told, I'm still not really confident in myself. But
I'm sure
since
you
we've
will
decided on a
do
debate,
better than
I'll
you
do my
expect,
best to
Nilou.
prepare for it. I'll gather everyone's thoughts and let them be known to all during the debate. I, by myself, definitely don't have enough wisdom to beat your father. But what about the entire theater combined? Then we should have a chance, right?
Maybe.
Right.
A chance. Maybe not a big chance, but a chance nonetheless.
Nilou. Beat the bad guy. Justice will prevail.
Justice will prevail. Make him eat dirt.
You two. We aren't getting into a fight.
I mean, might as
Thank you
well.
for your encouraging words. I'll
Start
do my
throwing
best.
hands in the middle of the debate.
Well said back there, Nilou.
Okay, so
But
now I
might
have to
said a
gather
bit too
thoughts.
much. Anyway, we better start preparing now. First, let's see what everyone thinks about the situation.
All right, time to pull everyone's thoughts.
I've gained a whole new level of respect for you. Inaya was right. It's true that I couldn't bear to bring down Nilou. It wasn't out of pity or anything, though. I just felt like I didn't have the right to say anything. After all, Nilou was the one who bravely stepped up and proposed to fight back. I didn't have that kind of courage or initiative. I'd be a terrible person if I spoke badly of Nilou without doing anything to help. She knows better than any of us how difficult this path will be.
I'm sure. What about you, Zubair?
Mr. Zubair, we're trying to put together a list of arguments that might be useful. Any ideas?
It won't be difficult to explain our position. They're in the wrong, and they know it. I have meticulously managed this theater's affairs for years, and I have abided by every procedure.
Abided
and
by
obtained
every
permit.
procedure, every
I did all of that
permit.
to protect ourselves if something like this were to occur. I didn't expect them to disregard the rules altogether.
This might have something to do with Ina.
Yes, I know. But anyone who's staying at the theater is one of us.
Yes, we can't just throw her
I
out
can't
to
even
the
protect
wolves
members
as
of
soon
the
as they
theater
put
from outside
fire
pressure,
under the,
then
like,
I have failed in
house.
my
It's like,
duty
whatever.
as a manager. In summary, you need sufficient confidence and strict adherence to the rules. At least for now, they don't have the authority to demolish the theater. As long as you double down on that point and force them to concede it, you'll gain an advantage.
Okay.
Got it.
I've seen many situations like this before. The academia sure likes to get its nose into everyone's business.
Of course,
While you
of course.
prepare for the debate, I will also prepare the theater for the potential aftermath. It's best to prepare for the worst outcome.
Even
Once
if
you're
it
done
isn't
chatting,
the one that
do
we
me a favor and
want.
tell our customers that we're canceling all of our shows.
Do we really have to?
I'm
Right
sure we
now,
do.
No one's in the right frame of mind to perform. I have to consider both our staff and our customers. This is the only way. Nilou, you are incredible. With your talent and youth, you had the least to lose out of all of us. And yet you were still the first to take a stand.
I've never thought about leaving your theater, Mr. Zubair. I truly love this place, and I want to
I
keep
couldn't
dancing
imagine
here.
Nilou in any
I
other
also want to keep
theater.
dancing with everyone else.
You're becoming more and more like her. Do your best. We'll do all that we can.
Like who?
Leave the rest to fate.
I am assuming someone Nilou looks up to or endure.
Her?
My teacher. She was an excellent
Yes.
dancer, but she's retired now. If we have time later, I'd be happy to tell you more about her.
Yes. I'd love to know more about her. I assume you have a cool argument we can
I
use.
didn't expect you all to challenge the academia.
Neither did
That
I
reminded me of
at
my
first,
younger years.
but
Back then, I feared nothing and no one, and I was always charging into the most dangerous of places.
I mean,
can't
sometimes
do
that's
things like
all
that
you
anymore,
have to do.
Those were some of the best times of my life.
Sorry. If the theater really ends up getting demolished, then you, Soren, and Abi will all...
It's all right. There's no need to think such heavy thoughts. Even if the building gets demolished, its people will still all be here. Have faith in the resilience
Yes, we'll
of an
find
adventurer.
something.
We can always figure something out.
But won't you have regrets if things just come to an abrupt end?
Well,
It'd
yes.
be like when you were forced to stop adventuring.
Ah, so that's what you were worrying about. Relax. I've had a lot of experience with regret. Things are painful at first, but as they say, time heals all wounds. Look at us now.
It does.
Serene and Abi are happy. And
It takes
Serene
time
has also just
to
passed his
heal.
theater exam. He can start acting soon. He was thrilled because he can soon perform on the same stage as you. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for our past struggles. And would Serene have become a happier person?
Who knows?
That's hard to say.
Are you trying to make us feel better?
Yes, but I truly do mean what I say.
It's trying to
You know,
make
the
people
theater
feel
has taught me
better
an
while also
important
trying to
lesson.
be realistic,
The most
Paimon.
important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Yes.
I can choose
Agreed.
to believe that my life ended with my husband's death. Or I can choose to believe that it was a blessing in disguise for Serene and Abi. Similarly, even if this theater disappears, a new beginning might just be around the corner. Good and bad are all human-made concepts.
Yeah.
It all depends on how we choose to see things.
You have a point.
She does.
Nilou, I know how important Zubair Theater is to you. But you don't have to be so nervous. We're all here with you. The theater won't go down so easily.
Thank you, Miss Raykar.
No need to thank me. If anything, you inspired me with your bravery. You might have what it takes to become an excellent adventurer.
Yes, she probably does.
You're too kind.
Knowing me.
I gotta cheer up. I can't waste everyone's words of encouragement. I feel a lot.
Good. My children and I will be cheering you on at the debate.
Here's hoping it goes well. I don't exactly know how much there will be, in the way of story past this point. But
When
hello.
the day comes, I'll get my friends and the theater's customers to come and support Nilou. If anything goes wrong, I'll have them scream and shout and drown out whatever Sharif says. I can't do that? Fine, I'll think of something else.
Yeah, we want to play fair, otherwise they're never going to accept the outcome. I assume you're the last person's thoughts
really
I have to
talk
compile.
to him.
So,
Why not?
you've already developed some prejudices against me. And to think, I was just about to put forward a suggestion.
Oh, Paimon will listen to that.
Although, I know not if you have a new answer to my previous question. Now seems like an appropriate time to revisit it. What do you think is the meaning of art?
Oh, this again?
We probably do need to tackle this question if we want to prove the value of the arts. I don't know how to explain it, but all I know is that when my performance makes the audience happy, I also become very
I
happy.
totally get that feeling.
Does that count as a meaning?
You answered him so seriously. Careful, Nilou. This guy's ramblings never make any sense.
No. Nilou's answer far surpasses yours, and it is close to my own. The meaning of art comes not from its creators, but from its audience. In other words, only art that can be appreciated by others will impart its essence.
Yes, you have to put your art out into the world for it to be witnessed.
This is something that the academia can never understand.
You seem to have many stories of your own.
I once pursued the mastery of art, much like how a researcher would chase wisdom and knowledge. However, the more of a connoisseur I became, the less I felt I understood. I began to question what it truly meant for art to be understood at all. I found that I could comprehend even the most complex and sophisticated of works, and yet somehow that provided me with little solace. I remained even perplexed about this conundrum until I visited this theater and watched one of Nilou's performances.
It was that life-changing?
I think it's just
Everyone here had a joyous part in the
overcomplicated.
overall experience. The actors upon the stage basked in the love of their audience, while those in the house immersed themselves in the wondrous ambiance. In all honesty, from a purely critical point of view, the performances here are exceedingly average.
Yes.
Hey, don't say something like that.
But what bewildered me was how, despite the performance's middling quality, they captivated their whole audience. They captivated even me. I realized then that I had walked the wrong road.
Maybe
the mastery
art
of art
isn't
was
necessarily
never
about the
what I truly
quality,
wanted.
but
I left the so-called
appealing
frontiers of
to an
artistic
audience.
research and came to this theater. For this is where I can finally find what I seek. Art will no longer be a castle in the sky. Whether it be inspiring or entertaining, art must be appreciated by others to confer value. If art cannot accomplish that, then it is meaningless.
Okay, I get that,
Mr. Zubair and I refused to follow the Academia's orders to change our shows for a similar reason. To put it simply, we were afraid that our shows would lose their meaning if people couldn't understand them.
I fully
once stood in
agree.
the spotlight, but I relinquished fame and acclaim for the freedom I enjoy today. I care not for where my feet may take me next, but Nilou, you need to remember one thing. You already stand upon the finest stage there is, and that is a rare gift that should never be taken for granted. You cannot give it up, not even to the Academia.
I understand. Thank you for your words of encouragement, Mr. Kasani.
Dust the cobwebs away from the eyes of those scholars.
Yes.
He really seemed to care a lot about the theater.
Once you get to know him, you'll realize that he's actually a big softie at heart. He'll even help out with furniture repair and painting the stage.
Oh, how nice of him.
Paimon didn't think he had that in him at all.
I thought so. I mean, typically people who are emphasizing one's etiquette is someone who actually has
You're
something
here.
else.
Is the theater
attached.
actually closing?
He's been
Well,
worried sick for a while now. He wouldn't stop talking the whole way back.
Hey, you two.
What exactly happened? Did someone come down from the academia?
Yes. He told us that we have to shut down the theater within 30 days, and that it's going to be demolished.
What the heck? That came with no warning.
They're messing with us again.
Don't tell me you'll have to listen to him.
Come on. You know the answer to that.
Yeah, it is a direct order from the academia.
There's no need to worry, though. I'm preparing for a public debate with the academia. If I win, we might be able to overturn things and change their minds.
yes.
Really? That's terrific. You have my full support, no doubt about that.
Mine too. So what was their excuse anyway? They still not a fan of the theater's programs?
Yeah, something like that.
Good thing they have the power to make rash decisions about things they don't even understand, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to touch more grass, not books.
Exactly.
Yes,
They want to look down
touch
on us?
grass, because I
We'll look
very
down
much
on
have
them
touched
first.
many
Don't worry,
grass
Everyone here has your
in the
back.
past couple
The
days.
academia's recklessness won't get them any praise.
I'm actually
They
allergic
might
to
think
grass.
that some forms of knowledge are more valuable than others, but everyone can equally appreciate art. If they
Touching
don't
grass
believe
is
that,
bad for
send
me.
them my way. I got them beat on this subject.
Maybe you can prepare some questions on the details of dance performance to make things harder for them at the debate.
Oh.
Sounds like a good idea. Maybe that's something I should do.
Ignore him. He's joking. Just do things your way. No matter
I have a
what,
good
we will
idea
always
of what I
support
want to
you.
do. You can
Thank you all
emphasize
so
the
much.
fact that they're closing you
understanding
down
and
and that
support
they
make me
don't
feel a
understand
lot
the
better.
meaning of art.
There are always more solutions than problems. If you need help during the debate, just shout and the entire Grand Bazaar will be at your beck and call.
Gotta show them who has the people's support.
I feel like the pieces are starting to fall into place. Let's head back to the theater and organize our thought. Abby, have you seen Miss Inaya?
No,
Yeah,
Miss
we
Nilou.
should definitely
Inaya
talk to
isn't back yet.
Inaya.
Wasn't she just passing on a message? Does she really need this much time?
Could she have started arguing with her father again? It's possible.
Oh no, Traveler, Paimon, I think I've messed up big time. What
Oh?
if Inaya never planned to come back?
What?
Calm down.
It's just a gut feeling, but knowing her, she probably feels like she's completely responsible for what happened. She probably thinks that all of this happened because she was staying here.
Yes.
Oh, right. As soon as her father showed up, she said that her father was targeting her. So she's felt like that this whole time.
She has a long-standing conflict with her father. That's why she ran away from home.
Yes,
She
I'm
doesn't
well
think
aware
we
of
can win
that.
the debate, and she doesn't want to implicate us. So she thought leaving was the best thing to do.
So even after we decided to go for the debate,
And then she just quietly left afterward.
she's too harsh on herself. She looks at life with too much of a negative outlook, in my own opinion.
Exactly. She's being too pessimistic.
How
How do
yes.
you know if you don't try? Anyway, first things first. We have to get her back.
But where should we start? Sumeru is huge!
I think I might know. Let's start by looking outside the city. Before I brought her to Zubair Theater, she was staying at a remote campsite. She got a fever from drinking unclean water, so I carried her back. If she has nowhere else to go after leaving the theater, she might go back and strike out on her own again.
Then let's go take a look.
Yes, let's hurry.
Hurry we shall. She at her campsite?
There are signs that someone had stayed here very recently.
But we can't confirm if it was Inaya or not.
We really can't.
Let's take a look around first.
Oh?
Did you hear that?
I heard a
I heard it
voice.
too. Let's investigate.
I didn't necessarily, I can't exactly say where the voice was. I know where it was coming from.
It sounds like we're getting closer. The voice is coming from over there.
Yes, we're all...
Stay back!
It's Inaya! She's being attacked by wild animals!
Well, I sort of knew.
Don't be scared! We're coming to help!
They're forcing me to use Trial Nilou.
Yeah!
Sad. Sad. Trial Nilou is way worse than my Nilou.
Germinate!
I accidentally stumbled into the R&R quest
Thank you.
again.
There weren't so many big animals in this area before. They chased after me for a long time. Sorry. I'm causing trouble for you again.
Why did you leave by yourself? You really don't think we have a chance at winning the debate?
No. I just thought it would take too much effort. Everything happened because of me. If I'm gone, then the situation will resolve itself.
But everyone else is trying so hard.
Yeah! Everyone's working together towards a happier ending. No one should be singled out for blame.
It's all right if it's me. As long as the theater won't get demolished. You guys are the kindest people I've ever met. You shouldn't suffer so much because of me.
Listen to me, Inaya. Even if you were the reason that all of this happened, no one would blame you.
I definitely
Mr. Zubair
wouldn't.
said that you're one of us, so that means we will protect you.
I'm
No
with
matter what
Nilou on
happens,
this one.
We'll stand as one.
Nilou, there will always be a victim, whether it's me or the theater. You can't eat your cake and have it too. You can't win a debate against the academia.
You can't.
Especially since your opponent will be my father.
Why are you so sure of this? That is a good question.
My father is an extremely demanding man. He's always wanted me to become an exceptional researcher and his academic successor. I tried my best to meet his expectations and did everything I could. But he still wasn't satisfied. Or rather, he had just never been satisfied with me. I'm no genius. But whenever he berated me, it was always as if he was asking me, "Why aren't you a genius?" Yeah, like I'd know.
So that's why you ran away from home?
At first, I thought the father would slowly come to terms with reality. But
No.
he just wouldn't stop berating me. For one exam, I earned the 3rd highest score. I thought that all my hard work had finally paid off, and that I could finally make father feel some modicum of joy. I even used the embroidery skills I learned at school to make a commemorative gift for him. I thought, even this daughter can make her father happy sometimes. Right?
I see. When we were embroidering your gift before, I didn't feel like you were new at it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry for not bringing it up. These are not pleasant memories for me.
I'm sure they
I was
aren't.
tired of him yelling at me every day. All I wanted was to see him smile at me. But he was more angry than ever before once I'd given him my embroidery and told him my score. He flung my present to the side. You think you should be proud of 3rd place? Reflect on why you weren't 1st. I forgot how long I'd cried for. I only remember my parents arguing. My mother also thought he went overboard. They argued for such a long time. My father eventually stormed out and slammed the door behind him. I didn't get a single sentence of apology or any words of comfort. I've completely given up. We're destined to never understand each other.
How horrible!
I don't think you can beat him in a debate. Because he doesn't even understand what kind of place a theater is. He can never understand the relationship performers have with their audience. His life is devoid of camaraderie or friendship. He just wants everything to happen according to his wishes, as if the world revolves around him. What we cherish, our little place in this world, means nothing to him.
It sounds like your past has had a huge impact on you.
I understand now, Inaya. But when we were preparing for the debate, I heard something quite wise. Maybe it'll help you.
I don't remember which one it was. I don't even want to get into the conversation of abusive parents and all that. Was it her opinion?
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior. Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out. Miss Raykar has gone through a lot in her life, but she told us that she's very happy to live at the theater now. Although she ran into misfortune, it led her down a new path in life. She sees that as a blessing. She told me that the most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Interpret it?
I can sympathize with your unhappiness at home, but after you ran away, you ended up at the theater and became one of us. Those unhappy experiences allowed you to really cherish your bonds with everyone, and also gave you the opportunity to become friends with us. Don't let your past suffering keep you from the new life that you've worked so hard to find.
Oh.
Let the past stay in the past.
You don't have to be so hard on yourself. Trust me, I truly get it. Sometimes life just doesn't work out that way, and you just need to cut yourself off from people.
When I ran away from home, I swore that I would leave my family conflicts behind. But you're right. All I'm doing now is falling right back into it.
Maybe you'll disappoint him, but that doesn't matter. You have a new future waiting for you. Don't let go of the answer you've worked so hard to find.
That's right. If we put our heads together, there's bound to be a way.
You're right. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not trying to meet his expectations, so why should I give up because of him? I can't afford to lose anything more. We have to win. The debate will not only protect Zubair Theater, but also allow me to settle things with Father.
That's right.
That's the spirit!
Let's go. I'll tell my father about the debate. I know him very well, even if he looks down on us.
He'll accept.
I know
He'll
how to
always
make him
accept.
accept.
All right, let's go.
I can't say that interaction did not leave me with a sour taste in my mouth, but
Well,
I'll try to rub it
I'm
off.
off to meet with him. Please
Keep
wait here for
moving
me.
forward.
Okay, looking forward to your good news.
Here's hoping.
That should be everything. The only thing left to do now is to wait until the debate. I'm not sure why, but I'm getting nervous again.
You were great, Nilou!
It's the
Your
same with
words
me.
won over Inaya. Talk like that during the debate, and you'll get an easy win!
Yes.
Thanks for that, Paimon.
You got
I
it.
still feel like it'll be an uphill battle. I need to be calmer, cooler, and more collected.
We haven't broken any rules.
Yeah. I'm acting as everyone's representative, so I'll need to act brave. Even if I won't feel like it.
There is one problem left unsolved.
Huh? What's left?
The theater's existence.
just a theater? Why would it need to be anything else?
Wait. You're not asking what the theater does, but what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. How can I put this?
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
Ah, got it.
Mm-hmm.
When we were trying to find a way to save the theater, we heard many stories not of the theater, but of the people whose lives have been touched by it. Zubair Theater is our reason for coming together. It connects us all in unique ways. In other words, it's like a bond.
A bond?
It's like a family.
The theater provides money for Miss Raykar and her children, inspiration for Mr. Kasani, and enjoyment for the people of the great. It also gives Inaya shelter from her family. It has brought us together after taking care of every single one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And its story won't end here. In the future, many more people will come to the theater and receive its blessing.
And it,
we'll all
in
be
turn,
there for
will
them.
bless them.
Our warm, welcoming community will show them the same kindness we were shown in the past.
Yes.
Aside from the delivery of performances, isn't this another reason for Zubair Theater's continued existence?
I'd
That
suppose.
makes sense. We definitely felt that warmth during the preparations for the event. But Paimon doesn't see how this will help in the debate.
Ina said that her father doesn't care about interpersonal relationships.
Oh, gotcha! No matter how strong an opponent is, they'll have to go on the defensive if pressed on a weak point.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's another prong in our attack. Thank you so much.
Paimon also feels a lot more relieved. Let's show him what we got!
Sorry for the wait. I'm back. Things went a lot more smoothly than I expected. It didn't take long for him to accept the debate. And it's set for 2 days from now.
2 days from
Why are you
now.
all smiling so much? Did something good happen?
We realized that your dad might not be as scary as we had thought.
We just finished our prep. Rest easy. It will all turn out well.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We have to win. No, we will win, Inaya.
Fingers crossed.
I'll be honest, I've never actually had successful crossing of my fingers to make it something work out.
In the blink of an eye, it's already debate time. We did a lot of preparation.
We did do a lot of preparation. I do feel somewhat prepared for the debate. Not completely, but I'll figure it out while we go, you know. I'm the type of person who gets really nervous in the moment of things. When you actually have to go out and do it, that's when the anxiety racks up horribly for me, but...
Hello and welcome everyone. I am Safwan, a scholar from the academia, and I will serve as this debate's adjudicator. I swear to judge both parties with the utmost wisdom and impartiality. I will neither interfere with the proceedings nor demonstrate bias.
Okay.
I ask for both parties to stand. May the Dendro Archon also serve as a witness to this duel of wits.
Since you so desperately demand an explanation, I will expound on the Academia's stance. You may have misunderstood us from the outset and believe that the Academia is prejudiced against you. However, the truth is that the Academia wishes for every resident of Sumeru to be afforded opportunities to grow and cultivate their wisdom. Therefore, the works they consume should also possess enlightening qualities and intellectual value. We have failed to identify these qualities in the shows performed at Zubair Theater. In other words, instead of struggling against the Academia in pointless confrontations, if you had spent your time reflecting on improving the quality of your shows and enlightening your audience, Zubair Theater would not be today facing such a tragic fate.
Aggressive from the get-go. He's really putting on the pressure. Can Nilou stand her ground?
Calm down, Nilou. First, carefully analyze what he said. He said that we were shut down not because the Academia looks down on the arts, but rather because our shows aren't up to their standards.
Okay. So, I think...
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the...
Nah. This one.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior.
There we go. Probably this one.
In your eyes, our shows can't meet the academia's expectations. Shouldn't it be the audience who decides if a show is intellectual or enlightening? Why is someone from the academia judging that? Also, I believe that there is no such thing as a wiser or more enlightening performance. Art doesn't discriminate, and it appeals to all.
It really doesn't.
Everyone has the right to appreciate art.
It really doesn't
Appreciation
discriminate.
Is but a primitive form of satisfaction. Guidance and enlightenment are necessary if we are to induce growth in the performers as well as the audience. This stance holds performers to a higher standard and encourages the development of the arts. If all performances are simple-minded, require little effort to comprehend, and lack any impetus for the betterment of society, then the people will not be able to develop a greater level of artistic understanding. Nurturing the populace's understanding requires a long and arduous process, and guiding this process is the academia's true goal.
He changed the topic without batting an eye. Good thing I'm prepared. If I remember correctly, what I should say here is...
Probably this one?
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
I think that one's the one I want.
Someone at our theater has tried that before. He was a famed artist, but he recognized that very few people could connect with his works.
Yes.
I agree that art should be enlightening, but we can't pursue that goal by creating complicated works. If a work can't tap into an audience's personal experiences or feelings, then its contents may as well be a castle in the sky. What's the point of performing a show that its audience can't even follow? That would only be forcing people to watch something they don't like.
You can only reach that conclusion from a place of ignorance.
In that case, before passing judgment, you should first become a better dancer than me.
You tell them, Nilou. Looks like he's backed himself into a corner.
As the party holding the burden of proof, Sharif has failed to provide sufficient support for his judgment of the quality of Zubair Theater's programs. Likewise, the definition that Nilou put forth is but her personal opinion. Neither party is the victor for this particular point of contention. Additionally, I must request that both parties exercise greater control on their emotions.
Keep it up, Nilou! You're doing great!
In that case, I shall speak of more concrete matters. The essence of this issue
Ah,
is
yes,
that you have
violating
violated the
laws and
So you must now pay the
transgressions.
price for your transgression. This course of action is also completely procedurally sound. We have already contacted Zubair Theater multiple times regarding the theater's repertoire. However, you have consciously ignored our warnings, or perhaps your compliance was purely superficial. Regardless, that failure has indirectly led to the present day's proceedings.
That is indeed so, according to the laws decreed by the Academia.
He started talking about procedural stuff, so I need to focus on...
This one.
Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing... Mr. Zubair has already provided signed copies of all documentation related to our operations. Everything is perfectly filled out and valid. Although the theater's performances don't align with the Academia's requests, the law doesn't say that Zubair Theater can be demolished only because of that reason. Demolition notices need to be provided in writing and made available to the public. Otherwise, the theater can continue to operate as long as its license is valid. Failing to follow these rules makes your stance procedurally unsound.
Yeah!
That's right!
There are different ways to apply the rules. There is
Yes,
precedent for
different
this.
ways.
So long as this matter is discussed within the academia, this course of action will come to pass.
Looking at the past 27 cases of similar nature, 90% of them support Sharif's claim and position. However, the demolition process in those cases was only started after discussion at the academia. In other words, premature notice of demolition is indeed a rash act.
Yes.
That's more than enough. We've proven that the order is unreasonable as it currently stands.
Cease your futile resistance.
Nilou's definitely won this point, right?
He'll bite back.
Stay focused, Nilou.
Even if permission for demolition has yet to be obtained, it is a fact that your performances violated the academia's policies on numerous occasions. Based on that fact, we can permanently revoke your right to perform in Sumeru.
Under the current system, it is indeed possible to immediately revoke
Yes.
Zubair Theater's performing rights.
That is correct. I figured.
Rather than protecting Zubair Theater, I surmise that your true intention is to maintain your hold over your audience and their patronage as your source of income. Without them, Zubair Theater is nothing more than an empty building. And without its performances, the theater has nothing else of value.
What you said isn't true at all.
Keep it cool, Nilou.
Don't get riled up.
Right. I need to keep calm, but just a little more. Zubair Theater isn't just a performance venue to us.
The theater's
The
value.
theater carries everyone's feeling. Zubair Theater isn't simply a performance venue to us. It means more than that. It's been our home for a long time. Miss Raykar can't go on adventures anymore, but she has found a stable career and a new life at the theater. Her son, Sorin, has already passed his theater exam, and he'll soon be our newest member. Mr. Kasani found a new way to look at art. He decided to stay at the theater to watch us grow. Mr. Farhad and Mr. Hushang visit even when there isn't a show going on, and they always tell us lots of entertaining stories.
Yep.
Even Inaya wants to stay with us, and she's starting to look forward to a new future. Zubair Theater exists for them, for every single one of us.
Perhaps Zubair Theater has provided you with a multitude of positive emotions and experiences. However, you have misconstrued something, young miss. The interpersonal relationships you speak of were established upon normal theater operations. Sheikh Zubair operates the theater for his livelihood. His employees work for their wages, and the audience comes to enjoy performances. Relationships are merely a byproduct in this exchange of interests.
Yes.
They may be pleasant and captivating, but they
aren't
can
you
only
just
ever
a
be secondary.
automated robot that
When scholars
does what
collaborate
he's
to solve
told?
difficult problems, we freely share our knowledge and resources with one another as if we were all kin. However, this collaboration ends after the results of our work are published. The reason is simple. We are scholars, and there are new projects that await our attention.
He really doesn't think much of relationships.
Nope.
Paimon also thinks he did a lot of prep. He's been solid as a rock.
Sharif's argument is currently the more persuasive of the two for this point of contention. The continuance of the interpersonal relationships Nilou spoke of remains hypothetical before the theater's demolition, whereas the situation that Sharif described has been well documented at the academia.
Eye roll.
The academia has made significant academic contributions, in no small part due to its researchers' efficiency and ability to compartmentalize.
Oh no, what should we do? Things
Patience,
are going in the opposite
Paimon.
direction. A setup? So Nilou's got him?
Good. He said what he said. The next argument could decide this debate. But is this really the best thing to do? It might be too cruel to Inaya.
Nope. Sometimes it's the only way forward.
Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past. She already agreed to this. She wants to win, no matter what. Me too. Mr. Sharif believes that interpersonal relationships are a byproduct of working towards a goal. Once that goal is achieved or abandoned, those relationships would have no more reason to continue. Then, if someone has failed to live up to his expectations...
If someone has failed to live up to your expectations and ran away from home, then she shouldn't be your daughter anymore. Right?
Inaya...
Sorry, Nilou. As expected, I should be the one to say it. You don't need to shoulder this responsibility for me. If in your eyes, the purpose of my existence is to become your academic successor, then that goal has ended in complete failure. By your logic, that means there is no more reason to sustain our relationship as father and daughter.
Members of the audience who do not belong to either debate party, please speak with caution.
Let her speak. What she does not say, Nilou will.
No matter how many disagreements we've had, the truth is that you are still my father. You're so immersed in your own world, you can't understand why we come together for the sake of relationships.
Yeah, don't look down on us.
You can watch a dance anywhere, but there's only one Zubair Theater.
I'm almost starting to feel sorry for this guy, what with the idiotic things he said.
Order! Order!
Zubair, I love you.
Do not interrupt debate proceedings.
I confess that this is the final argument we had prepared. Disown me, and you will win the debate. But before that, Father, I have some final words to say. I've been doing some soul-searching. Not about whether I should have run away from home, but whether there was any point to my personal rebellion against you. I kept trying to earn your approval, but I only disappointed you over and over. The truth is, I ran away from home as a means to vent my recurring frustrations. That is to say, I was exerting pressure on you, and hoping you'd give up on your lofty expectations. But by doing that, wasn't I just doing the same thing as you? I won't force my expectations upon you anymore. At Zubair Theater, I have found the life I've always wanted. I will move on from my family troubles and strive towards my new goal. But if you dare to harm this place, then I will stand with my friends here and fight against you.
This is not the time to space out, Sharif. The debate is still underway.
You already consider them to be your friends.
You should be asking us that question.
Of course we are! Miss Inaya is a really good friend.
It was a bit of a process, but we won her over.
Make no mistake. All those who come to Zubair Theater become one of us. We will always be with her.
Such puerile simplicity. However, it is surprisingly a relief.
She's not gonna go all the way out.
Wait, what are you... never mind.
The argument's over, dude. It's like, it obviously wasn't gonna end in an official debate.
Does that mean we've won?
We won?
Nilou, you're amazing!
Agreed. Fantastic job to you both.
I relaxed for a moment and I feel a little faint. It looks like he still has a place for her in his heart.
Terrific work,
Every
Nilou
parent
and
has
Inaya.
some form of love
Like
for
we
their
won't cause
child,
any
even
more
if it
trouble for
is
us.
a
Didn't
little
know you could be
misplaced.
so fierce. I have a lot of newfound respect for you two.
This really took a lot out of me, though. I don't ever want to do this again.
Both Miss Nilou and Miss Inaya were so cool!
Should we throw a second round of celebrations?
Perhaps. It was a great job from you all. You did wonderfully. Hey, Paimon. Head pats to the Paimon.
Oh, it's you.
Yes, it is me. Feeling any calmer?
Yes, I feel a lot better. The more I think back on everything, the more surreal it all feels. I don't think I could repeat what I did a second time.
All of our preparation paid off.
Yes, and it's all thanks to you.
Now that I've heard everyone else's stories...
I see. You mean how fate brought me to the theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll have to tell you about my teacher who Mr. Zubair had mentioned. Mr. Zubair opened his theater when I was still a child. There was a beautiful dancer, and from the moment I saw her, I couldn't look away. I thought to myself, the gods must have blessed her with such talent. But later on, she would actually smile down at me and say, just the opposite, in fact.
The opposite?
Yeah. She said, dance is an art born from toil.
I feel like
It isn't
most
a
art
gift
is
from the gods,
born...
but a creation by our own hands.
Yeah, is
It
born
is a beautiful
by
thing born from our
human
life
ambition.
experiences. Whenever there is joy or something to be celebrated, people will dance. In other words, any place where people can effortlessly begin a dance will for sure be filled with the blessings of everyone's happiness.
Yes.
She wasn't looking for flowers and applause. All she wanted was to see her audience smile.
What art means to people.
Right. The same as what Mr. Kasani believes. I was completely moved by what she had said, so I started taking dance lessons from her. And later on, I began to dance here in her stead. Before she retired, she told me, for as long as you live, never forget what dance means to others. This is why Mr. Zubair
It's way too
never
easy to
intended
forget
listen
what
to the
art
academia.
means to you.
Even though it ended up
Or
causing
what it
everyone
means
a
to
whole lot
others.
of trouble, thankfully, everything worked out in the end.
I see.
Although I do have a small regret.
Inina?
Yeah.
Or
Even though she has
Inia?
already decided to stop fighting with her father, they never managed to have a real conversation with each other.
But
Before he
sometimes growth is
Mr.
slow.
Sharif looked like he had a lot on his mind. He probably has a lot of things he wants to say, but will now perhaps never get a chance to.
Sometimes that isn't necessarily for the worst.
Yeah, but I still hope that things can change. It
Things
never
can
hurts to
always
have hope.
change. All
You
it
and
takes
Paimon
is
are more than
a
welcome
little
to
bit
keep
of
attending our shows.
work from both parties.
Who knows? Next time, you might see Inaya on the stage.
That might be cute. Oh, is she dancing? Nilou's dancing. Great. It's just the end part. Of course it is.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to our newest member, Inaya.
Hello, everyone.
She'll be dancing for us from now on, so please give her your support.
I will gladly.
Inaya's taken her place on the stage! Oh, Paimon wonders how she'll look when she starts dancing.
It will be great to
When
see.
you stop and think about it, happy endings like this sure aren't easy to come by.
A lot of things came together to make it happen. You know, life is not just one simple road. You need a lot of things to come together just for everything to work.
Nilou's efforts, everyone's wisdom, Inaya's determination.
And Sheriff's mercy.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Her father gave in. I think he intentionally gave us a chance.
You do have a point there.
I mean,
The
he
whole
had to give
demolition
in.
thing was going overboard, but he really could have banned Nilou and the others from dancing. If he really wanted to be ruthless, he could have done some real damage, even without winning the debate.
Yes, he could have very easily.
It's not like we can understand how people like him think. Let's focus on watching the performance.
Agreed.
Huh? question. Isn't that Inaya's father?
Let's go greet him.
Oh, it's you two. I don't have much to do today, so I just came to look around this place.
Are you looking for Inaya?
No, I am simply here to watch a performance. There is no need to trouble her.
Shouldn't you be busy?
Well, I was for a time. My loss at the debate caused quite the loss of face for the academia, so there was a period of unrest.
I bet.
I used this opportunity to suggest that my superiors temporarily suspend me from duty. Otherwise, the rumors would probably persist for even longer.
Suspended from duty?
Yes, I am temporarily unemployed. However, I now have an abundance of time, so I can afford to come here and watch a show. I admit that I do not understand the magic that this theater possesses, but my curiosity has been piqued. I still cannot forget that young lady's perseverance. Inaya would almost certainly mature like in the presence of such a person.
Wait, it's spelled with a Q? Wait, what? Since when? So you are still concerned about your daughter? I mean, I'm not surprised. Most people typically care for their family, even if they don't agree with them. It takes some real cold-hearted people to fully cut someone out and not care at all, but, you know, that happens from time to time.
There are no parents who do not worry about their children. I suppose she managed to hit a weak spot of mine. Never mind. I do not have the right to say that.
You're already here, so you might as well go see her.
No, that is not necessary. I will take my leave after the show concludes. Do not tell her that I was here.
Of course not.
Come on. Who knows if you'll get a chance like this again? But... Huh? You said you were going to make peace with your past. Show your father how much you've grown. Don't be nervous. Everyone at Zubair Theater has your back. Hey, let's go somewhere else. We should give them some space.
You sure they'll be okay?
I don't know, but I think we should have faith in them.
Yes, Inaya. I have something for you. I'm still learning. It's hardly a masterpiece, but it's yours, if you'll take it. You don't have to take it. It's fine. Never mind.
Let's have a heart-to-heart, Father.
Like father, like daughter. They're both so awkward with their feelings.
I gotta say, their animation sometimes actually looks pretty good, and sometimes it's like, but that was pretty good. I liked it.
Do you think they'll be able
I like
to
the animation behind every movement of the characters.
Sure.
It's just
A
sometimes
complete
it's just so
reconciliation may also
satisfying.
not be the best thing for them right now.
Mm-hmm.
All those years of arguments and misunderstandings can't be settled overnight.
Nope.
It might be best if they continue to keep some distance for now.
Yes,
But no
I
matter
agree.
where their hearts and bodies may be, they will always be family.
Yes.
All I wish
They
for
will
them
always
is to
be
be able to
family.
one day tap into the warmth of that bond. Oh, by the way, everyone's really thankful to you for helping out with the debate. So we made you a little something. Hope you like it.
Ah, yes, the miniature.
This Zubair Theater? Whoa! This is amazing! It's so detailed and polished!
You get like your own little miniature Zubair
We've
Theater
also
that you
never
get to
made
put in
anything
your
this
teapot.
complicated
It's
before.
actually pretty sweet.
Mr. Zubair and Mr. Kasani took charge of the design, while Inaya and I made all the little pieces with the help of others.
Thank you.
Miss Reikar and Miss Nadja made and assembled the centerpiece. As adventurers, you two will doubtlessly travel to many more lands and see many more things. That's why we hope that your time at Zubair Theater will become a fond memory of your journey. You two are welcome back anytime.
I would gladly come back.
We'll come back and watch you dance whenever we get the chance.
Thank you all for being so considerate.
You're welcome. And there's no need to be so polite. You learned fast. Come on, take it. This is the story of you and me. It's a tale that I'll never, ever forget.
I'll try not to forget. But it's kind of everything with the stories in Sumeru are stuff that I love. This one, I'll be honest, hit a little too close to home for me, so I wasn't exactly the most keen on being super talkative during certain intervals. But I have to say it how it is. I loved it. It was a good story. Not necessarily, like I said, I sort of expected it to be this way, just a nice little simple story. Nothing too major, nothing too minor, just a normal, ordinary story with a lot of meaning and conveying behind it. A lot of emotion. And I have to say, that's what I got. That's what ended up being the case. But I genuinely had a good time with this story quest, and I hope you guys did as well. But, I thought that this has gotta be one of my more preferred story quests, but just because I like the characters, I'll be honest. But yes, I hope you guys had a great time. I know I did, but I'll be seeing all of you later. Love you guys, and goodbye!